Dear Gayle King, you took a space ride. Gayle King and Katy Perry and I guess a couple of other people went on this. What day was that? It was sometime this past week. They went on a. They took a space shuttle up into space. Spent 11 minutes up into space. They went up there. This is a space thing. I don't know if you guys watched it or not. I ain't gonna tell you what it was shaped. I thought it was shaped like, but this thing went, this thing went up into the space capsule they was in. They went up into space. It took off. I watched it take off and everything. And they spent 11 minutes up there. Um, People were saying that, you know, this is a bunch of rich people getting together, spending a bunch of money, going up into space and, taking a ride into space and everything. That's what a lot of people were saying. Well, Gayle King got upset. She got upset and she did some interviews and she was like, it's not just the ride. It's people need to learn, do their research and all this stuff, and people need to educate themselves and all that stuff. We didn't just take a ride. She said we didn't just take a ride. It was every time they go up into space. She said every time they go into space, research is done. Like every time they go into space. First of all, I'm not trying to go in nobody's space. I'm not messing around in no space. First of all, you're trying to get too close to God. I think you're trying to get too close to God when you going up in space. Now, I think that they did put some satellites up there and Google. I think Google Maps and stuff. Well, they put some satellites up there, so when you get on Google Earth and you get on Google Maps, that's what's responsible for those pictures. So they did go up there and do that. But these people, these rich folks taking rides up, you know, you ain't gonna catch me. I don't care how much money I got. I'm not finna do that. That's just getting you trying to get too close to God. As far as I'm concerned, you trying to get too close to God, and I ain't messing around up there. I'm scared of heights. The highest I like to fly. I do like to fly, but that's the highest I'm gonna go is in an airplane, and that's high enough. That's the highest I'm gonna go is in an airplane, and that is high enough. And that's high enough, and I'm not going no higher than that, than an airplane. Okay, and I'm not getting in nobody's space capsule and going up into space. And I don't really care what it looks like up there. I can go on Google Earth. You can go on Google Earth and get pictures of space, and they have pictures of space of on Google Earth. That's good enough for me. But I'm not really interested in what they got going on up there in space. I ain't interested in what they got going on. I'm not. And I'm not trying to go up there. It's too high up. Um, it's dangerous. Like that one space capsule that went up, I forget what year that was. That it blew everybody up. I know that was a one time thing, but I'm not taking no chances. I ain't. God bless them, but I ain't trying to go and mess around in nobody's space capsule. No, that's too high up for me. Too high up. But she was saying anyway. Anywho, she was saying, "Oh, it's people need to do their research and people need to get educated. It's not just a ride. Every time they go up there, they're doing research. What kind of research is y'all doing in 11 minutes? This was an 11-minute ride into space. What kind of research y'all doing in 11 minutes, Gayle? What kind of research is they doing in 11 minutes? She said every time they go up there, they do research. What kind of research are they doing in 11 minutes? They was only up there for 11 minutes. Then they came back down. Thank God they made it back down safely. I said a little prayer. I said, Lord, watch over them. I ain't going too far into space, and I'm not going too far into the water like them folks got in that thing submarine and tried to go look at the Titanic and then messed around and blew up because they went too far down into the sea. I like the water. I do like the water. Um, but I'm not finna go too far down in the sea like that. Yeah, I'm not. I do like the water, but I'm not finna mess around too far down into no sea like that. I'm not going in no submarine and going all down in the abyss. I ain't doing that either. They spent a whole bunch of money doing that and then went down there and blowed up. I did a video on that a while back ago. So I'm not going too far up into the space, into the sky, and I'm not going too far down into the I don't do deep waters like that. I like deep water in the swimming pool. I like to go in the deep end in the swimming pool. That's a controlled environment. See? That's a controlled environment. It's what you call a controlled environment. I love to go into the deep end in the swimming pool. That's a controlled environment. But I'm not finna go into no uh capsule or submarine and going all down there trying to look. They got pictures of the Titanic on Google, and that's good enough for me. Leave that stuff alone. And then I'm not finna go in nobody's space. I ain't messing around. People need to leave that mess alone. Spending all that money. People's like, oh, well, it was a waste of money. Rich people and stuff like that. And she's saying that Gayle got upset. Oh, she got hot. She got upset. She said, it's not just a ride. People need to educate themselves and this and that and other. Every time they go up there, they're doing research. And it wasn't just a ride. Yes, Gayle King. It was, in fact, a ride. Okay? Get over yourself. It was a ride. It was a space ride. It was a ride into space for 11 minutes, and y'all came back down. Okay? All right. It was a ride, baby. It was a ride. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. You took a nice little ride. Okay. Thank God y'all made it down safely. Hit me up. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll see you guys later.